Well, these guys are being drafted too early. Do not draft them at their current cost. Here's Heath Cummings with 5 busts on FFT and 5. All right, Heath, you are on the clock. 5 busts. Give me number 1.
Josh Allen's going 16th overall, about 12 to 15 picks ahead of Kyler Murray and 3 rounds ahead of Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson. We said this after Mahomes' career year in 2018. We said it after Lamar Jackson in 2019. There's no reason to draft him that much earlier than this group of quarterbacks because he's right in the thick of them in terms of projections and possible outcomes. Don't draft Josh Allen in round 2.
Bust number 2.
Justin Herbert's only going like 18 picks later, somehow ahead of Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott. Justin Herbert had 5 rushing touchdowns, despite the fact that he wasn't really a heavy rusher in terms of yards. You should expect some regression in terms of that. There'll also be regression in terms of the total number of plays the Chargers run. Herbert fits really well after that first group of 6 quarterbacks. He's fine at number 7. I've got him a little lower than that. He has no business being the 4th quarterback off the board.
Bust number 3.
Bust number 3. Let's go with
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
There you go. No. I had to contribute something to this.
Yeah. I don't like calling CeeDee Lamb a bust, but he's being drafted now in the 3rd round as a top 11 or 12 wide receiver, maybe even higher than that. It changes every day. And I don't think that CeeDee Lamb is necessarily better than Amari Cooper yet. I don't think those two are probably going to separate from each other much, and we're still going to see 300 targets that go to the running backs, the tight ends, and Michael Gallup. So I prefer both Lamb and Cooper as mid-range number 2 wide receivers who probably need an injury to get in the top 12.
Yeah, my problem with calling Lamb a bust is I almost feel like anyone that gets drafted at that point, it's my least favorite part of the draft. It's about 31st, 2nd overall, something like that. Allen Robinson's off the board. J.K. Dobbins is off the board. And I just don't like anyone there, really. So I don't know who to take. I mean, I think you'd probably take Robert Woods, my guess. I just don't know what to do at that point. You got this group of running backs that are really risky. So that's why I struggle to call him a bust in particular, because I feel like any wide receiver who gets drafted there, I'm going to feel is going too high.
Yeah, I would take both the Rams and both the Seahawks and Terry McLaurin and guys like that in that range instead of CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, McLaurin for sure. I just assumed he was off the board. Yeah. Okay. Bust number 4.
Bust number 4. Let's go with Adam Thielen, another wide receiver. If he had had his normal career touchdown rate last year, he would have basically been Cole Beasley. I think it's more likely that he loses more targets to Justin Jefferson than sees targets bounce back. I also think it's more likely that the Vikings throw less, considering they went up 50 attempts and pass attempts last year because of a terrible defense, than throw more. So there is some real risk that things could go terribly bad for Adam Thielen.
Do you have number 5?
I have number 5. Right. Unfortunately, I don't want to talk about him, but it's Kyle Pitts. At CBS, his ADP is 51st overall. A lot of places it's in the 4th round. And I just don't think it's a very good practice to draft Kyle Pitts at a place where he has to be the best rookie tight end ever just to break even. Now, sure, he could have a Mark Andrews or Darren Waller or George Kittle type season and make me look silly, but the odds are definitely in your favor passing on Pitts in the 4th round.
That is Heath Cummings with 5 busts. We just recorded a full-length episode with Dave Richard and Heath, so if you need more busts to avoid in your drafts, check that one out on Fantasy Football Today, and we will talk to you tomorrow on FFT